Welcome to the making of a DM. When's the last time you failed? Oh, this is going to rattle some feathers. Hope you're ready. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. I'm fired up today. Got a lot to share with you today. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Before we get started on the show today, I want to let you guys know we will sell out the June 25th and June 26th event in Nashville, Tennessee. We have some badass, exciting news that we're going to be sharing. If you follow me on social media and emails, you're probably already seeing them depending when the show comes out. If you're not, make sure to check out dealmakerexperience.com/Nashville. We got a lot of cool stuff going over there. Again, that's dealmakerexperience.com/Nashville. I got my boy Corey G talking, built a company up to 350 mil. A workout fanatic, just a great, good human being, was a coal miner prior. Another one of my guys, Sean Wayland, Lions Not Sheep, has an epic billions of views on social media, has built multiple brands and the many, many millions of dollars. We'll be sharing his information. My buddy Kevin Marin, getting ready to exit a company for massive 8 digits, generating 7 figures a year net. In the blue collar space, him and I actually have done a lot of cool stuff together over the years. We got my boy Austin Rutherford, 30 years old, $25 million real estate portfolio as of today, has raised over $35 million. So if you're sitting around wondering, how do I get money? Austin's going to show you. He'll give you the blueprint. It will be good to go. And that's just some of the many amazing people we're going to have there. This is not a sell-a-thon or a selling event. There's truthfully nothing to buy. You come in there, you learn, you connect, and you go execute, and you get massive results. That's how my shit works. That's how it always works. It takes effort. It doesn't just take knowledge. There's a lot of smart people out there that are broke. You got to get in the right room, learn the right information, connect with the right people, and most importantly, execute this shit relentlessly, and never quit. We'll talk more about that today. So we got that going on. And if you have not gotten your ticket, you'll be paying a 50% surcharge or 100% more than what you need to be. I keep tossing this out to you. Shoot me a message or just go straight to dealmakerexperience.com/Nashville. Snag your ticket instantly before they go up to many thousands of dollars. We are selling a lot of tickets every day. Now, me and my boy Gino are connecting with a lot of people every day. So there are some amazing, epic people. My guy Gino or I will talk to every single person that steps foot in that room to make sure they're qualified. They have the opportunity to learn. I want to make sure you understand this is a qualified room. People there to have money that want to invest in companies, invest in businesses, invest in real estate. And there's also people that are coming here with massive opportunities. So if you have money and you want opportunities, this could be an amazing room. Or if you have opportunities, you need capital, this definitely is a player's room. There's a lot of many millions of dollars in that room of liquidity that could make your dreams come true. But guess what? You got to show the fuck up. Get your ass to Nashville, and I'll straight up tell you, this is my last event ever. At this point, I made a commitment to myself. I would do 10 charity events. This is my 10th one. I was going over my notes, and it's just I have to focus on my businesses. You know, I lose hundreds of thousands of dollars to host these events. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm just sharing true story to give you guys an opportunity to connect. And the squeeze is just not worth it at the point I'm at in my life. I have a lot of employees, a lot of moving parts, a lot of businesses. I'm not a seminar guy. It's not what I do. I do it once a year. I do it during my birthday, and I give all the fucking money away to charity. It's a pretty cool thing. Last year, we gave over $711,000 away. You will see it firsthand happen before your eyes. So if you're like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll come next year, whatever bullshit lie story you tell yourself, because that's what lots of people say, this is the last year. It's happening. You will miss something you've never seen before. And I promise you, if you ever go to an event after the DM event, you will literally realize what we've put inside of this, how much thought, how much energy, and how much insight with amazing, amazing team. So you'll be disappointed what I'm saying from every event you go from after this one. I take pride in that. We do a pretty hell of an amazing job, actually. So let's get on with the show. If you're brand new here, the DM, deal maker, dream maker. That's right. You are the dream maker, deal maker of your life. And I want more of you to be dreaming bigger, deal making in your life to another level. But we can't do that for the majority of people. And I want to ask you a serious question. When is the last time you've really failed? When is the last time you've failed? This is a serious question. It sounds silly that I even got to ask it. Why? Because there's so many people that could be so much further ahead in life if they'd get out of their own way. And we all use this weird thing, failure, as the anchor that keeps you from living the life of your dreams. When is the last time you failed? And then what I want you to also do, I want you to really think about this. What is failing to you? What does failure look like to you? Because you and I might have a drastically different viewpoint of failure. And I mean drastic. For me, failure is if I'm sitting there and my little kids come up to me, Daddy, or my older kids, and I look them in the eyes and I say, you know what? Son, daughter, I was too afraid to fail. That's why I'm at where I'm at in my life. But go chase your dreams, honey. Go chase your dreams, bud. That would be the biggest failure I could ever imagine. Me waking up at 75 years old, sitting out back in a trailer court, saying I wisha, shoulda, coulda, but yet I didn't have the balls to go out and do it. How dare you? How dare you use fear of failing as an excuse? And then if you want to dig real deep, here's what I really think why most people will never live to their capabilities. Because they're the ones out there shit talking to people that are actually doing and yes, failing. There is some pain that comes with failing. Last year, I had 2 businesses that failed. I shut them down. Last year, me. I've been in the game for almost 28 years, and I have failures. I have failures every fucking day. Systems break, people steal, things happen, businesses don't work out as planned, marketing's broken, technology sucks, all of the above, every day. But I'm not going to quit because I'm failing. Nor should you. I don't know where or what has been planted in your brain to think that failure is not part of the journey. It's the only way that you'll be able to accomplish anything in life. What's interesting to me is if you think you're not failing, you're probably the biggest failure in the system because you're delusional as hell. By you not going out there and pushing the boundaries of what you're capable of, that's failing. God has given you these tools and gifts. You can wake your ass up. You can get out of bed. You can move your feet, move your arms. You can see, you can talk, you can hear. You are fucking blessed. And you're worried about this word called fail? Seriously? Out of those 2 businesses that have failed, caused millions of dollars of heartache. That's what it cost me. Many millions. But I don't stop. I get with the team. We have a conversation. Where did we fail? What did we learn? And what can we not do again? Most importantly, what will we do moving forward? And we're back to work the same day. Too many of you fall in love with this ideology that everybody gets a trophy, no matter if you suck or not. In business, your trophy is what's in your bank account. That's your trophy. And if you ain't got a lot, you ain't doing it right. If you got a lot, you might be onto something. But that does not mean that there's failing not happening, even if you got a little or a lot. It's part of the process. It actually makes you feel alive. Today I'm recording the show about 11:30 here in Parkland, Florida. By the way, this will be my last show here in Florida for about 5 months because I'm heading back to Ohio here soon. Can't wait. I love Ohio. I love Parkland too, but Ohio's home. I got the land. I can run around crazy. It just feels, it is home, right? It's where I'm from. Something about it. But man, I love Florida in the winter. Failing. What failure to me is not. I want to do everything I can in my power to give myself and my family a better life. I will literally fucking burn down the world to accomplish goals. People will laugh. People will scream. People will spit at you. People will throw shade on you. People talk shit about you. But guess what? They don't fucking matter. Yes, this will require sacrifice. This will definitely require grit. It requires massive amount of persistence. And I'm talking persistence when you're waking up early, no one's cheering you on. No one's paying attention. No one gives two shits. But you do, and you better stay with it. This requires relentless amounts of work. And it requires failing forward every single step. Every step. Why do you think, again, this is what I hate about school systems. Failing. I failed pretty much every class I could fail, except home ec and study hall and what is that? Home ec, gym class, and study hall. I was pretty good at those three. Everything else, I was getting D's and F's. Mark, you're a failure. You're nothing. You're going to be a loser. No, motherfucker. I just don't like it. I don't care about science like that. I don't care about history like that. I don't care about these things. That doesn't make me a failure. By the way, all these fuckers that said that shit when I was in high school, they're all fucking broke. They all ain't got nothing going on in their life. I promise you, I got a lot more going on my left pinky than those fuckers combined have going on in the game. And it sucks because they're good people. They just got bought into the system of how they think it should look. And they hang out with their boys. They hang out with their girls. They hang out. They're able to do these things and that thing. They take one vacation a year, at the Hojo. But they're winning. Not. Most of these people shit talk on failures. I have people right now talking shit on me everywhere. It doesn't affect me because I know I'm going places. I know my intentions. I know where I'm at. I know where we're going. I know what we did. I know what we didn't do. The truth is, this is why most people will never succeed. Because guess what? If you shit talk against people that are failing forward, guess what happens when you fail? The shit talkers are waiting on you. You know it deep down. That's why you'd rather be silent to these dickheads that don't matter 2 cents to you. You are going to die. They mean nothing to you. And yet they control your outcome of your entire existence of your life. Go in the grandstands. 100,000 people. You're in the middle of the field. It's showtime. You can fail. But guess what? People are booing you, chirping. Guess what, though? They're not in the fucking field. They're in the stands paying to watch you. That's the game of entrepreneurship. Every day I wake up, it's a battle. People aren't moving as fast as I want. People are stealing. People are not pushing. People are sending the wrong emails. People aren't running the business the way I would sometimes. It's part of the game. But I ain't going to quit. I'm going to keep on keeping. I'm going to keep rolling. I can promise you there's not one individual that has something you want in life that's not constantly failing. I do not know why people think this grand idea that the only way to succeed is not failing. That's not in any successful person's thought process. Never is, never was, never will be. Is failing when you call someone and they hang up on you? If so, get out of entrepreneurship. You're a pussy. Straight up. If you go knock on a door and they shut the door in your face, say, leave me alone, you loser, whatever, they spit in your face, whatever they do, smile and say, thank you so much. Do you have a referral? If you can't handle that, get out. You don't got what it takes. Do you understand how pussified the world is today? For real. You're too afraid to send a fucking email because you're afraid they're going to say, hey man, F you, you're a scam artist. Leave me alone. You're a rip-off. Whatever they say. It's an email. And yet you'll overthink sending an email because you don't want to fail. Well, what about my grammar? What about this? What about that? Send the email. I look back at some of the emails I send still today and I laugh. I'm like, dude, where was my head when I pushed send? But guess what? It worked. Now, I'm not saying do it on purpose. I'm just saying don't overanalyze it where you're too afraid to send to get results. Feedback is feedback. You might get an email that says, hey, man, F you to learn how to write, blah, blah, and you might see that as negative. I'm like, cool. At least they're opening the email. I'm on to something. They're communicating with me. I'm in the game with them now. They know my name. I want you to have the biggest life possible. The only way to achieve that is by going out in the world and failing forward constantly. I swear on my life, I don't know one person, not one, that's not failing daily, especially doing big shit. And I'm not talking failing behind the scenes and no woman, oh man, I'm going to get up at 4:30 and you get up at 5. That's failing, by the way, in my opinion. But that's not it's not like you're a failure. You just failed to do what you said you were going to do to yourself. By the way, that sucks your confidence out of your body like poison. It's poison. If you say you're getting up at 4:30, get up at 4:30. True story. One of my guys on our team, I was talking with him. He showed up late a couple times. And I just sit back and observe. He's supposed to be there at 9-ish. He's getting there at 11:30. Casually 11:30. Not communicating. So I hit him up. Yo, man, what's up? And I, very direct. You want to be a part of the team? If you say 9 a.m., 8:55 is on time. 9 a.m. is late. Do we have to say anything else? That's the last time we talk about it. That's the rules. I'm cool either way. He respected it. He understood. And he hasn't been late since. It's communication. Holding the standard. It sucks some days. Who said it's perfect every day? Why do we think all this shit is perfect every day? No one's perfect. Not one person. There's nothing perfect about imperfect stuff. There's humans involved. There's a lot of things going on. Life is going on, right? To me, the next biggest failure, actually the biggest failure, is doing this. And if you're a family person, if you have kids and a wife and all this, or husband, whatever, you're succeeding at business, but you're failing at home. To me, that's the worst failure in the world. These are the things I'm worried about failing at. Failing as a dad, failing as a husband, failing as a brother, failing as a son. I call my parents every single day in the morning, 7 a.m., pretty much every morning, pretty much every day. Very ultra rarely do I miss a day, 7 days a week. I want to be a better son. I know one day I'm going to call Phone's not going to get answered. What if I wanted to call them and I never did because I'm too busy? That's a 5-minute call every day, 3 to 5 minutes. Hey, Dad, what's up? Hey, Mom, what's up? What's going on, guys? How you doing? You need anything? I'm here if you need me. All right, love you. Bye. Touch base. What's going on? Some days it goes longer. Some days it goes shorter. It is what it is. But every day it happens. What happens if you're saying, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them. And then one day you get a call. It's like, hey, they just passed. That's failure I can't live with. Regret. See, too many of you people that are talking about failures. Oh, man, this guy ripped me off. This guy did this. This person did that. Dude, get over it. You're a big boy, big girl. You made the decision to get in it. You're still talking shit on the person. They're still taking from you. Guess what they're taking? Your most precious asset, your time. Your time, your energy. You're still giving it to them. Even if it's negative, you're still giving them your time. You're still giving them your energy. Why? Aren't you better than that? But one day you're going to get that call. One day you're going to make that call and they don't answer. That to me is failure. My kids are about to be 9. Mark's about to be 9. Tree just turned 5. Failure to me would be not going to their sporting events. I literally go to every single one of their events. Now, when I say I'm 99.9%, right? Sometimes I'm traveling. Some days I'm sick, whatever it is. But very ultra rarely am I missing tennis practice, taekwondo practice, gymnastics practice, golf. I go pretty much 100% of the golf stuff with Mark. I don't want to miss these moments because I know they're only limited. When they turn 18, they're gone. I got 9 more summers with my son, 9 more Christmases, 9 more birthdays at home. Think about that. And I'm worried, like, I got to get more efficient, more effective. I got to think bigger. I got to think different to be able to do all these businesses, to have all these moving parts. I got a lot of shit going on just like you do. We all do. I'm not worried about how busy I am. I'm worried about how effective I am, what's working, what's happening. Show me the results. That's what I'm focused on. Too many of you are focused on being busy or not busy. It's not about that. It's about production, results. And when you find what's really important to you, you start creating a structure. And you start understanding what's important, what's not in the game of business. Too many of you are worried about the wrong stuff. I want you to challenge yourself. This is going off a topic a tad. But I want you to challenge yourself. Let's say if you make, how much money do you make a year? Let's say $200,000 a year. You know how right now today, I was listening to a show about this actually, but you know how right now to make $200,000 a year, you're doing it. You know there's other jobs out there that exist to make $200,000 a year, right? No big secret. Because you're in that world. You remember when you're 18? You definitely didn't know that world. When you're 22, definitely didn't know that world. But now you know. You're in it. But I want to ask you a question, challenging question. How do you make $2 million the same year? How do you go from $200,000 a year to $2 million? Because your first job, you probably only made $20,000. But now you're making $200,000, 10x. How do you 10x it in the next 12 months? Your brain should be fried. Your brain should break. You might want to push pause right now and think about it because you ain't going to come up with a good answer. You know how I know? Because if you did, you'd be making $2 million a year. This is the truth. See, you're so many people are worried about failing. I'm worried about expanding and growing and pushing and driving and creating. I don't have time to think about failing. I spend all my time on effort and growth. How can I grow today? Well, guess what? Inside of the gym, let's use the gym analogy. You go in the gym, you bench 250 every day. You can do that. You max out at 250. You want to get to 300. The only way to get to 300 is through failure. There's no other way. 255, 260. You can't get it. You need a spot. Pull it up. Tomorrow, 260. Whatever you ate last night, whatever your mindset happened, you pushed up 260. Barely, practically blew a nut to do it, but you got it up. 265, failure. 265, failure. 265, win. 270. Like, you just keep ratcheting it up. The only way to get to 300 is through failure. You understand this, right? There's no other way. Zero other way. But do you see it as failure or growth? I've always been so dumb in the game of life, actually kind of smart, but dumb, where I didn't care what you thought if I was pursuing what I knew, what I wanted. I've never held any weight on someone like, dude, you're a loser. Cool. It holds zero weight. They don't know me. They don't know what I said. They don't know what I do. They don't know any of this shit. They don't know where I'm going. But yet they can call you a loser. That's the thing with the internet. Everyone can call you anything they want. It holds zero weight because I know the truth. When you're in the game, what do you see as failure? What is failure to you? Is your mind reshaping what failure looks like from this conversation right now? Because when you make 100 phone calls and you get rejected 100 times, do you think you're closer to a successful yes? Or do you think you're closer to another no? I talked about this several weeks ago on the show, but like, I don't look at things as the end result. I look at it as an experiment. I'm experimenting. When you experiment, things break all the time. It's an experiment. Why don't you experiment and make 100 phone calls today? Cold call. Why don't you experiment and go out and sell something today? Learn what to say, learn what not to say, learn how to shake a hand, learn how to say hello, learn how to talk, learn how to laugh, learn how to disrupt. True story, this just happened. My daughter and son's gymnastics group, we're getting ready to leave to Ohio. And the way their billing cycle is, like, we'd only be paying for a whole month for a week. And my wife, and when I say a week, it's only one day. And my wife's like, yeah, we'll just cancel it. And I was like, well, let's talk to him. We'll come back Wednesday and we'll just pay for the week, the day. No big deal. And the girl at the desk is like, nope, can't do it. Nope, we don't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to give you money. I'm not asking you for free. I'm just saying, hey, we're great members. We pay a lot of money here. I want to pay you more, but I don't need the whole month. I only need one time. And she was like adamant about saying no. Zero solving skills. Zero problem solving skills, I should say. What she should have done, and by the way, I do this on purpose. I gave her 3 outs. I gave her 3 ways to solve the problem. I know the solution. I'm a business owner. I gave her 3 opportunities to solve. She was so hard-headed and had her mind made up before I even finished the sentence. She's saying no. So I'm like, listen, who's your manager? I don't even like saying that because it's stupid. And then the truth is, I didn't say that. I said, who's the owner? This is a real facility. They're fucking paying $50,000 a month for rent. This is an amazing facility, amazing group. Like, it's awesome, but the front desk sucks ass, straight up. They haven't been trained right. It's not them. It's the teacher training them. So I was like, yo, who's the owner? At this point, I can't even talk to them because they're so brain dead. And she's like, well, the manager's this. Okay, cool. I'm calling them. Let me get them. They're not here. I'll call in whenever. So I just walk away. Cool thing is, to their credit, Rebecca, the manager, called me 2 hours later after we've been home. Said, hey, Mark, heard there was a situation, a thing. Heard you're just upset. But I'm like, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. I was like, listen, we love your community. We love your facility. And I want to pay you money. I'm not asking for something for free. I'm just sharing the situation. We're leaving. We only want to pay for one day. Is that possible? I'm not even saying it has to be. I'm just asking a question. And she's like, I got you covered. I'll take care of it. You don't pay anything. We appreciate your business, blah, blah, blah. Did they fail or did they succeed? Well, if you zoom in on the girl at the front desk, she was failing. But if you zoom out on the big picture, this is a huge company with many employees. They succeeded because they addressed it, they solved the problem, and we moved on. So you as a business owner, I'm not like online back, this fucking gymnastics company sucks ass, they're horrible, blah, blah, blah. No, I was like, dude, one, I'm not doing any of that. Two, I'm like, as an owner, I want to talk to the owner and explain, like, I wish people came to me with these situations that's going on in my company. I don't know what's going on. Because as you get bigger, these things happen. They will happen. Many of you are staying small because you're afraid it's not going to happen. It will always happen. By the way, it's happening even with you. It's just you're so close to it, they're not going to tell you it's happening. They just don't do business with you. But when you start getting staffed, they start getting louder. They start getting chirpier online. Just get on the phone and have a quality conversation. What's going on? How can I help you? And what's interesting when I was talking to Rebecca, because again, I'm an owner. I want to learn too. I'm like, Rebecca, you're the manager. How'd you get the alert? What did the alert say? Yes, I'm asking these questions and they answer because they know I'm not coming from a dickhead place. I'm coming from a genuine, I want to know, because if I have any insights, I'll help you. I have businesses. I know how this is. And then we start talking and she's like, it's interesting. I just got back from a 4-day event on better customer service. We want our team to be better prepared for these conversations. And I always think about Four Seasons. If you've never been to a Four Seasons, call down to the front desk and ask for something absurd. They will never say, no, we don't do that. They'll say, thank you for the question. Let me get back to you. Let me talk to the manager. I'll see what I can do for you. Even if it's a flat out, I can't fucking believe this is a question, I can't do it. They don't ever answer like that. That's a skill that's taught to your team from top down. But if they answer it wrong, it could affect your company. It just happened in another one of my companies. I was going through email management with a team member, Kim, and I'm looking at the way she's replying or not replying to folks. And I'm like, this is wrong. Let me help you. So she's been doing it wrong, failing, some people would say. And no, I just did not teach her thinking she thought like me and has 28 years like me. Like, it's not that. I'm not mad at her. I'm just like, I'm glad I caught it. Let's solve it. Let's make it better. This is a team effort. And I'm getting sidetracked here, but failure, what does failing mean to you? Are you a mom and pop operation, an independent operation, a global operation? What does failure look like? Failure to me is letting my team down. Failure to me, because I'm afraid. I'm going to let my team down and not make the big move because I'm afraid of failing? Get the fuck out of here. That's never happening. I'm going to let my kids down, my mom down, my parents down, my sister down, my wife down, my in-laws down because I'm afraid of failing? Never. Never. I had big goals to give lots of money away to charity. You think I'm going to let the charities, let them down because I'm afraid of failure? Never. Nor should you. When you start reframing what failure is and understanding, yes, it's real. Yes, it could be I'm not saying out here do something dramatic, where you're going to literally, I don't know. I'm all in the game, so I could lose everything overnight. That's the world I live in. That's the world every real entrepreneur I know lives in. We're all in. It's a personality trait. We're willing to eat shit. We're willing to go live in the efficiency apartment. Even if we've been big, now we're small to go bigger. That's what we're willing to do. That's not failing. Yes, if you look at it in a very, you went from this house to that house. Oh, it must be failing. Say what you want. You don't know my plans, bitch. You know what's interesting about that thought process? I don't know anybody going backwards to a house like that. They only go forward. But they're willing to go to that house. That's how all in they are. When you reframe what failure looks like, when you reframe, dude, this is every day is an experiment. Every single day, every customer contact, every social contact with your team member, every communication it's an experiment. The way I text, the way I email, the way I talk, what I say, what platform I'm using, how I'm interacting, how I'm selling, how I'm cross-selling, how I'm upselling, where I'm learning. All this is just a constant experiment of life. It's not failing. I'm experimenting. And so are you. The problem is you're letting outside influence dictate your experimenting. You're so afraid to fail, you'll never get to grow. I want you to think about this. Some of you are listening making millions. How do you make many millions? Some of you are making hundreds of thousands. How do you make millions? Some of you are making tens of thousands. How do you get to hundreds of thousands next? Play these games of experimenting with these ideas, breaking the framework, challenging the thoughts. This is why mentors work. This is why all this shit works. Why? Because if you knew how to do it, you would already be doing it. You don't know how to even think about that stuff. So you got to get in a room, they're thinking and talking about that stuff. When I talk to people and they're like, yeah, man, I'm spending 10 grand. A day? They're like, no, a year. On marketing? If you have a real business, spending 5-10 grand a day is nothing. Nothing. You're going to lose a lot of money to get to that point, by the way. But guess what? You'll earn a lot of money too. Don't let others dictate your efforts. Go out there and do it. It's an experiment. Do a webinar. Push really hard. Have one person show up. Learn. Go do an email campaign where the email you spend $5,000 and it bombs. Learn. You didn't fail. You're learning. It's a constant learn. What could I say? Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Here's what I did. I remember I spent like 10 grand on a direct mail campaign for real estate deals this forever ago. And I'm sitting in the office. I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money for me back then. A lot. I was all in. And no phone calls came in. I was devastated. And then I got the postcard in my box. And I realized it wasn't the card. I had the wrong phone number on it. It was off by 1 digit. That was an oversight by me. Guess what? That never happened again. And I made millions of dollars with direct mail. Many millions. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I didn't restart. I kept going. Was that a failure? Or was that one of the best experiments I could do? Because now I learned how to never have it happen again. You are in control of this action. I challenge you to go out there and fail. Fail at the highest level. Learn from it and keep moving forward. When's the last time you failed? For real failed? A lot of you have created a story about failure that's so over the top, you're frozen. You're frozen. You're learning, but not making the moves. You learn, but don't execute. Don't be that person. Learn, do, feedback, do more of what's working, do less of what's not working, execute, execute, execute. It's hard. Talked to a buddy today. He owns a roofing company starting to grow pretty well. He's like, dude, it's hard. I want to give up all the time. I'm like, don't we all? By the way, I don't know anybody successful that doesn't want to give up every day. Not one. And I know some pretty successful guys in the B range and the $100 million ranges and everything in between. Why wouldn't you want to give up? It's hard. And you go to the gym every day. Like, it's hard, dude. Sucks. So you mean I got to fail every day to win every day? Yep. That's the life we signed up for. But like I said in the beginning, the man upstairs has gifted us all with this opportunity right now we have at this moment. Right now. We're alive. We're healthy. We can do stuff. There's the majority of the world wish they were us. And we're complaining about it. We're worried about failing. We're winners. And win with winners is so much easier than trying to win with a loser. But don't make that loser you. Be a winner. Do what winners do. Push when you want to quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. I want you to know there's a lot of people listening to my voice right now, and I appreciate that. I would be devastated if I didn't say this one more time. Get your ass to Nashville, June 25th and June 26th. It's $1,000 as I'm talking to you. It's going up to $2,000 soon. Dealmakerexperience.com/Nashville. If that link doesn't work for you, shoot me a message on Instagram at Mark Evans DM and say Nashville June event. I want you to be there. I want you to see what's happened. By the way, this is my 10th event, charity event. I have failed on 5 of the 10, meaning that they were a mess, a clusterfuck, not as the experience, but the give. I didn't quit giving, and we've given millions of dollars away through this charitable arm. Millions. I want you to see what takes place in this room. Leave your credit card at home. There's nothing to buy. Straight value, straight knowledge. Bring your ask, bring your gifts, learn, connect, build, grow, cry, laugh, push, create. Amazing legacies in that room will happen. Happens every year. Every single year it happens. I hope you're in that room. If not, truthfully, I don't know how to help you. Getting in a room with killers like I'm talking about is the simplest way I know how to accelerate growth. I've been doing it since 1996. I've been going to events myself. I've been the attendee. I've been the guy hosting. I'd much rather be the attendee. Hosting's cool, but the attendees get so much value if they're in the right room. You have time to connect. You have time to do. You have time to, it's a really cool experience. Get in the room. Change your life. Change everyone else's life around you. What are you afraid of? Losing $1,000? Give me a break. You're better than that. What's going to happen? Your business is going to close up while you're gone for 3 days? Well, if that's the case, you don't have a business. You are better than that. You are built. The man upstairs gave you more insight than this small thinking, if that's how you're thinking. Truthfully. I want you to know I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm winning with winners. I hope I'm winning with you. If I'm not, we need to be. Winning is so much more fun than losing every single day. Get in the game. I'm here. So with that said, make the day count.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.